10. Mandarago. In the Philippines, there is a group of beautiful young women with wings called canary. They are gentle characters who are known to be loyal to the human man they take as lovers. If that man is foolish enough to break the canary's heart, then this pliant lover becomes a terrible Mandarago. The Mandarago may keep her pretty appearance by day, but at night, she beds down with an unfortunate man. Using a sharp, barbed, and hollow tongue, she pierces the neck of the man and sucks out his blood. In myth, the Mandarago may marry several times, each husband mysteriously wasting away and dying as she secretly siphons off his blood in the night. 9. Impangulu. Also known as the Clay, Impangulu is a familiar sorcerer from South Africa with a bloodthirsty. The witch with the Impangulu alliance has a wise choice. She can send it to kill other people or let a killer to feed her. Sometimes it takes the form of a young man or young woman. Impangulu, as another name for a clay bird, can also appear as a bird. The beating of the bird's wings causes the thunder, while lightning is its product diving the earth to lay its eggs. It is up to the magicians to find the eggs to stop the world being overrun by the clay. The Impangulu love to drink human blood but also said to feed the cattle. When they eat one's breath, they are thought to cause tuberculosis. Finally, they will drink milk, and a method of killing an Impangulu is to supply milk for it. 8. Yari Ma. Australia is home to a number of notable dangerous animals. Yari Ma man is a strange vampire. Those who would like to see a Yari Ma should themselves pause under a fig tree in Australia. Yari Ma man is a creature 1.2 meters, 4 feet, high. Hiding the tree, it will wait for someone to stray underneath before drop them. Use the latch on the hand. As it lacks teeth, it will absorb almost all of the blood of the person. The surviving victim was later swallowed by Yari Ma man. Not with eating one person at a time, it will vomit the victim, perhaps to eat them back. 7. Kappa. The Kappa is a Japanese monster with several unsettling habits. Not only will it attempt to suck all the blood from a person, but it will also remove the person's soul via their anus. The Kappa is a water-dwelling creature that in most drawings resembles a terrible turtle. Its long limbs protrude from a reptilian body with a shell on its back. These limbs have incredible strength and pull human and animal victims below the water surface, where the Kappa drains their blood. The head is monkey-like but with a depression on top of the skull. Inside this hollow is a liquid that gives the Kappa its strength. To defeat the Kappa, who are, murder aside, very polite creatures, one must bow to it. Bowing low in return, the life-giving fluid flows from the Kappa's head, and it dies. 6. Jiangshi. Jiangshi are vampire creatures from Chinese mythology. Jiangshi began the second life as the human body. If they have been killed by some violent means or have committed suicide, the soul may not be able to leave the body and thus reanimates it as a Jiangshi. Others believe that the unbroken body can return like Jiangshi. Cats leaping through a dead body can also make it back. The Jiangshi, like Western vampires, are definitely dead. Unlike his counterparts in the West, Jiangshi experiences the problems that all corpses suffer. They cannot walk normally and must jump after the victim. The methods for removing these jumping monsters include mirrors, peachwood, a virgin boy's urine, and the call of a rooster. 5. Asanbosum and Sasabansum. The Asanbosum is a vampire found in the trees of Togo and Ghana. Anyone passing beneath will find themselves in the clutches of the Asanbosum and facing the creature's sharp iron teeth as it bites out their throat to suck their blood. A human-like creature, except for their curved legs, the Asanbosum has a close relative in the vampire species known as a Sasabansum. The Sasabansum looks more like a bat. Their faces can be humanesque, save for their iron fangs, but their arms are stubby little things compared with their vast wings. The Sasabansum is often described as painfully thin. The only way for it to feed its hunger is to suck the blood of humans. 4. Zima. By day, the Zima from Suriname takes the form of an elderly person not strictly threatened. At night, Zima radiates its skin and transforms into a bloodsucker. the Zima becomes a bright blue ball. The blue balloon vampire then whizzes through the air in search of a victim. Nothing is more significant than light. It can penetrate even the sealed house. Once it lies in a sleeping victim, the Zima siphons off their blood. They can completely run out of primers, if the blood is particularly good, or get enough blood to keep the victim weak. To avoid the phenomenon of a Zima, you can decorate your home with garlic that is resistant to traditional vampires. 3. Sukuand. In the Sukuand's case, an old woman converts herself into a flying ball of fire at night by stripping off her skin. The fireball demon then sneaks into sleeping houses via any crack or keyhole. Anyone she finds inside will have their blood sucked out. The Sukuand will return to her discarded skin and take human form again. If you find a pile of human skin left by a Sukuand, then you should sprinkle it liberally with salt. When the Sukuand puts on the skin after her night of bloodsucking, she will be driven mad by the salt under her skin, making her itchy. 2. Strigoi. Hailing from Romania, Strigoi are those who die before their time. Unable to go on to the afterlife, they rise from their graves. Other causes of becoming a Strigoi including having a cat jump over your dead body, having been born with hair, or being the 7th child of your parents. In the first 40 days after death, the Strigoi may leave their grave in search of blood. They may reappear in spectral human form, exactly as they were when alive, and rejoin their family, only to attack them. They may also appear as a beast or ghost. Once the 40 days are up, the Strigoi may become a Maroya, physically present walking corpse that attacks the living. The way to destroy Strigoi is to unearth the grave for the heart to destroy. 1. Penang Gallon. Penang Gallon is a vampire from Southeast Asia. It can often be found as a beautiful young woman during the day. At night, her head drifts out of her body, intestines. Now mobile, this hungry head goes out looking for prey, pregnant women and infants. The Penang Gallon is overwhelmed by the roof of a child who is about to be born. With a long tongue, invisible, it laps into the blood of women during childbirth. When the baby is born, the screams of Penang Gallon, the people whose blood vampires suffer and will almost certainly die. Penang Gallon return home when it was filled with blood and had to soak the intestinal swelling in the vinegar to shrink it enough to fit the body. In order to protect a future mother from a Penang Gallon, shaggy leaves scattered all over the floor to drive its tongue. In order to kill a vampire, it is necessary to find its body when the head is separated. The damaged glass can then be inserted into the neck so that the Penang Gallon won't rip open when it tries to attach it.